Okay, so we start out with the template file, and then we just create a new Tableau workbook. Give it a sec to boot up as per usual. All right, there we go. Now we connect to our data source. So in this case, we're going to connect to the example data, which has got the responses as text instead of the numeric ones. Doesn't matter which one you pick, really. You've got to transfer them over anyway. Okay, so now we just do the pivoting function. So we go from wide to long setup, and then we change the headers. I like to say response text just to make it clear. Response text and response number. So there we are. So we've got our data all set up, and we can go ahead and throw question in, make it a bit wider so we can see it a bit clearer. And now what do we got to do? Okay, so we go back to our template and just copy over those formulas that we're going to use and paste them in. Okay, and these formulas are not going to work, because the column names are different, and we're also even missing a column. But first things first, in this case, we've actually got 7 different types of responses instead of 5. So the middle value is going to be 4, okay, or the neutral value. So we've got to go ahead and update all these fields. So we don't need to have count twice, so we just fix that. It's just counting the rows. And we keep going through all these once again. So nothing to do there. Negative scores. Okay, so we realize we don't have the response num, which is the text response converted to a numeric value. So let's go ahead and create it. Now we're going to use a case when formula for this. And I've got a nifty little trick that I use, okay? But first of all, we're going to go back to Excel and we're going to pull out all the values. So I'm just going to copy it and then paste it into a new Excel workbook. And after I've pasted it, I'm going to remove duplicates. And I've included a header when I did this. So I've got strongly disagree happening twice here. But you want to put them in the order ascending, so worst to best, but heading down, if that makes any sense. Okay. And there we go. And this is where I realize I've got this strongly disagree, so we delete that, I think. Yeah. All right, so bring them over and just give them a number 1 to 7 in this case. And I actually use something called text expander to produce a formula that's going to help me here. So I just use text expander, and I go Tableau, and these are all my little snippets that I use relating to Tableau. And then bam, it smashes in that little formula, which gives me my when then statement, which I need to copy and paste into the calculated field in Tableau. So we're looking at the response text field, and then here are all my case whens, and then I just end it, and that's making a column which has got the numeric value of the responses. Okay, and that's fixed a few errors. Okay, and this one here looks fine. Oh no, we got to fix the count. There we go, fixing that. And this here is the tricky bit, okay? So when you have the default calculation, you want this to be on the question dimension, okay? That's the default calculation method, all right? So we put Gantt percent up the top, response text as the color, change it to a Gantt bar, and then percent of total sizing goes to the size. Now, it looks a bit wrong. And first of all, we've got to fix the sort of the responses for the calculations to be correct. So here we go. We're going to do a manual sort. Bear with me while this happens. I might, so same sort of order as we did before in the Excel. So ascending. I might fast forward these last few steps. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep talking to you while I slowly get it sorted out. Strongly agree. Yes. Okay. So that's one thing. We need to fix the sort order. But the next thing is that within the visualization view, we need to change it to be calculated upon the response text. And there we go. So we got a nice, the middle neutral value is in the center, and the negative and positive ones are on either side. And I like to make neutral a bit gray, so it's, Okie dokie.